Greetings, Earth friends. Welcome, everyone. We've got a challenge from Astrobate. Astrobate, I want you to take your time today. Let's do it. We're taking 5+3 challenges with everybody who has an account that qualifies with 100 rated games or more. Astrobate, let's go. I want to see a good game. I want you to use your time. I don't remember putting this in Zen mode. Maybe I haven't played? No. We played... It's weird. It wasn't in Zen mode on Wednesday. Strange. Did I play a game, maybe? I have to move first. Alright, we're playing a lot of E4 these days. E4 is my go-to opening. Take your time. Take your time. Remember to take your time. Tempted you into that. I think that's substandard. I have to play Queen E4 now. Instead of Queen F4, I can play Queen A4. I don't know if it's more accurate for some reason, but still I think you should play Knight D5. Now you have a couple of options. Bishop G7. I don't know about this. It's very possible that taking on F6 on Pisana is a mistake. Dude, you're such a freak. Sheer fancy. A flight of... Astrobate's flight of fancy. Well done, you just played 95 for no reason, but it was creative. E6 is bad, weakening his knight on F6. He already had a square to go to for that bishop. Flight of the bumblebees. Murales. Like... Wait a minute here. Does Bishop D4 win? Ooh, I almost didn't play it. Doesn't quite win. Team Sash VIP Antonio with record number of games. We'll be going for game number 410, it looks like. That's to be well calculated. Might be the only move. I mean, queen f5 allows bishop d3. Then you would still have to play g5. But in that case, I would have additional option like queen h6 check. Queen h6 check? I would have the additional option of queen h6. Whatever. Alright. I still have the option of queen h6, actually. But it's not quite the same. It doesn't seem quite the same. Calculani. We're clearly better. No problem whatsoever. Oof. Alright, welcome everybody. We're taking challenges 5+3. Everyone's welcome. If you have 100 rated games or not. Queen h5. Nice move. Only move, it looks like. There don't seem to be a forced win. Wait. Do we just go for it? The material grab? I'm not sure how good this is. You know, he has, Alright, we'll try it. Didn't get as much as I should have out of this. He's playing too fast now. He missed rook a8. He had some interesting chances. You know, it wasn't so simple. I mean, rook a8 wasn't the be-all and end-all. I don't think that it would have like been winning for him or something. But was clearly his only chance. Nice fighting game. Nice try. Nice try. Very well tactically played. That's not a good move. Taking the bishop, better idea. So he has 3 minutes to take to the grave with him. So there's a new form of chess we should do, like Egyptian chess, where you get your time for the next game. Whatever you saved up from the last one, you just keep building it up. I think it's a really cool format. You just save your time, whatever you have left over from the last game, and it keeps adding up into like a tournament time bank. So Asprey now has 3 minutes for the next game. You were sort of pacing yourself and then started playing fast midway again, it seemed like. So how's rook a8? By the way, I was afraid of this, to attack f2 with the fork. Otherwise, you know, I would have played it differently. I should have just probably played shoulda, coulda, woulda. I should have just played like bishop f4 or something. Bishop takes a7 was a blunder. And now you missed rook e8. It's not the end of the world for me. I mean, after this, like, takes, I have b3. White's still winning. I'm up the exchange and a pawn. Alright, anyway, nice try. Mirales, subscriber. Cumulative. Yeah, cumulative bullet. Maybe that's... I call it the Egyptian Pharaoh time control management system. Okay. We bury the time with us and take it on to the next life with the rest of our shit. Mirades. At least I have white. How is everyone doing? How everyone doing? I'm thirsty. How about you guys? Spicy kielbasa omelet for breakfast today. Weird taste in my mouth. Alright. Spicy kielbasa omelets. Knight f6. The Chinese attack. Uh-oh. Omicron. I didn't really get headaches with it. But I realized the symptoms are different for everyone. My main thing with Omicron was the sore throat. That's not how I knew I had it. Sore throat and then just kind of like general tiredness. But I don't really do headaches. Alright, focus, faster. Too slow. I get distracted by the chat. My need for socialization is too strong. I'm isolated too much. Need to stop paying attention to chat and focus on chess here. The PCR tests aren't that bad. I was afraid it would like poke into my brain. Well, I administered it to myself at first at home tests, and I think I didn't do it deep enough, but it was still good enough to come out positive. Afraid I would poke my own brain out. Afraiding. Is this is how it works? Like the same way the normal line would work? Really? Weird. You had it twice already? Oh, the test. I thought you meant COVID. Really, you're ahead of the curve. And basically Morales is playing the way you would play the queen e3 line. At least here my queen is not in the line with that rook on the e file, which is really awkward a lot of the time. Live for chess. Live for chess. Whatever. Emphasis is not important. Live. F3 G4 H4 lols. Well, yeah, that's very optimistic. If black just starts like doing nothing, I'll do f3, e4. I mean f3, g4, h4, and checkmate. Of course. That's why we have a center pawn. That's the point, man. That's what central pawns are for. They allow us to control the center and then launch a flank attack. Queen e7. No big deal. What about f3? You heard it here first. Oh. You have to pay me to take that pawn. I mean, whatever. Do I look like a computer to you? Tough one, though. Objectively, maybe I should take the pawn. It's a nice practical try by black. Dude. Queen b3 sees, okay, yeah. If you want to resign next move. Kind of passive. It loses a queen in one move. What are you guys talking about? Are you serious? Knight d4 resigns? Come on now. It's not passive. It loses a queen in one move. You have to be kidding me. Damn, dude, he's so natural. The natural. All of his moves are so natural. Naturally flowing. Good lord, man. How strong is this guy? D5 is possible. Probably not great. Jeez. It's unbelievable how strong this guy is. How could could Black get an attack established that fast in like 15 moves against an opening he's never faced before? Oh my god. Maybe it's home prep. Yeah, he spends all his time analyzing the queen c4 move against the queen c4 in the center attack. Dude, are you serious? You're gonna say that out loud while I'm playing? B-Jock, really? You gotta watch these rook takes b2 sacks? Why don't you just, like, suggest the move? Like, hey, why don't you sack a rook on b2? Can't do that, man. You can't say that during the game. Are you serious? Dude, you know better than to do that. That's way too... That's way too, like, why don't you just, like, you know... How do you know whether it works or not? You don't make suggestions like that. You know better than that. Yeah, see? Mm-hmm. Right. Of course. Whatever. Alright, let's play another game. Please don't make suggestions of moves for the other players, guys. It's not cool. Or for me, for that matter. You know, don't suggest moves. It just ruins the game. I'm gonna take the next challenge here. I don't have a computer, you know, I don't know. It looked very dangerous. And I have 11 seconds to 3 minutes, so... If I was a computer, I wouldn't resign. But I just don't like it when people suggest moves. This is not cool. We don't do that. Especially like sharp tactical moves that the opponent might not see, you know. Not like general ideas. He's gonna, you know, maybe he'll try the minority attack here. You know, specifically like a rook sack on a particular square at a particular moment is, you know. And it's not just like, maybe Morales was considering it. You encouraged him to do it, practically. If you hadn't said anything, maybe he wouldn't have confidence to do it. But you practically encouraged him to do it. Of course it can work. He does rook takes b2, king takes b2, rook check. Where do I go? I go to a2, he plays rook b3, and there's no defense without dropping my queen on e3. And if I walk the other way, you know, maybe I'm winning, but I wasn't sure, you know. Maybe I'm lost. I don't know. If I go like rook takes, rook check, king c1, or king c2, I don't know. But I feel Like, I'll just resign. Whatever. I had 11 seconds left. He had 2 minutes. I mean, it's classic master level Morales. And Morales doesn't really make, by the way, he doesn't really make, like, crazy piece sacrifices that don't work, pretty much. If he sacks a rook, you can be pretty sure that it's like, working. He doesn't make, like, speculative rook sacrifices. It's not some player who just does it. That's why I feel okay about resigning. He wouldn't make a rook sack with 2 extra minutes. That doesn't work. He doesn't make speculative rook sacrifices, you know. Like some people. No, I played like crap. I just want to make a point about people not... You know, if my resigning there encourages people... Even if I resigned in a winning position, you know, it's like a protest resignation. Full credit for Morales getting the win, but I'm trying to encourage people not to do that. So I'm not going to just take it in stride. Now you all have to stay after school for Sumahair's misbehavior. Alright. No, it's tempting to blurt out the ideas. Right. Or you can specifically state durations once it's like past that point, you know. If it's later, you can save the idea and say, hey, he could have, you know, 10 moves ago, you could have done blah, blah, blah. You all have to stay after school now, because he said a move. Ooh, love losing my second game of the day. Wow, but I mean, really well played. I can't wait to analyze that game later. No time now, Morales. But I will take a look at that later. So fluidly handled by black. I never saw a pawn storm on the black side of the b5 move, you know. I can't wait to see if that's good or not. Because that was the key to everything. Computer would have taken the pawn, but I don't, you know, I don't have the calculation ability of a computer, so I try to steer away from unnecessarily risky positions that I don't have the capacity to calculate. But it ended up being that maybe it was even worse than if I had taken it. Well, if I could trade queens, I'm fine. I didn't see any variations where I can trade queens. I didn't see how I could possibly trade queens in that game. What are we playing here? Is the French or the Caro-Kann? Kind of a strange opening. Feels like a Caro-Kann, but it's a French. Andy. Wait, what is Andy's pawn battery? Is that Andy? Or Andy the A pawn? There's a book written attacking. There's every kind of book, right? Attacking with G4. You mean it's about G4 or the Grob? Using G4, there's a book about like attacking with the move G4. That's kind of cheesy. But there's all kinds of self-published chess authors these days. Every kind of trash you could imagine. I'm too modest to publish a chess book. Too much of a perfectionist. I would only publish a chess book if it was like really, really good. It would have to be really, really good. And I just don't have the patience. Ugh. What was it? P.T. Barnum. P.T. Barnum theory. People basically buy anything. Alright, well I guess knight h5. I really hesitated a long time on this, but whatever. Yeah, there's a huge market for bad chess books. There always was. I mean, Eric Schiller lived off of that. Even though he wasn't such a bad player, he was kind of famous for publishing half-assed chess books, as my dad would have said. A fool is born every moment. Okay, so that's the P.T. Barnum. They might teach that in economic class. How far did I come with my economic? I studied for 2 years. I have a minor in economics. I forget how many credits that costs. I don't remember now, like how many credits you have to minor in something. I don't remember now what it was, like 15 courses or... I don't remember. Was it a sucker or a fool? Acerbate. Whoa! What's that? Now I don't want my bishop on h7. Look at this craziness. Wow. What an idea. If I take an f7, he has pawn takes g4. No, he has rook f8. Unfortunately for black, like the rest of his position isn't great. But knight on a6, bishop on d7. Yeah, I decided I wanted to give up on economics my 3rd year in college. I never should have started it. I wasn't really into it in the first place. It was a stupid idea. But I ended up with all these like credits and economics courses that I just did nothing with. Maybe Antonio, what does Antonio do for a job? Oh man, I had this crazy dream last night. Guys, I think I figured out who Uber driver is in my sleep. Is that crazy or what? But I wasn't guessing what Morales does for. Is this insane? I think after 3 years of guessing who Uber Driver is, I think I realized in a dream who he is. Came to me in a dream. Agent Cooper. Exactly. Twin Peaks. It's nuts, right? He was in the dream. Now we have to confirm. Uber Driver gave me all these clues about his identity, and I could never place it. But, you know, I talked about this concept of the kid in class who you just, like, forget he's there. Because, this is subconscious. The kid in class that you forget is there, he's there every day, but he never hardly talks to anyone. He's very, very shy, so he almost doesn't exist anymore. Uber Driver like kept giving hints about his identity, and I was guessing he was like a national master. Then yesterday he dropped this like really big hint. He said like when I was 2100 he was 1900. And that's a very specific. That's a very, very specific hint. So I haven't confirmed yet with Uber Driver, but he said he was born in like 68 or something. And there's one player that I kind of forgot about because he used to play at our chess club in Boston, and then he kind of stopped going at some point. Later on, he wasn't going anymore, and he sort of like left my mind. But he was there for years and years, playing every tournament. And now I'm thinking, it was in my dream, like Uber Driver was this guy who was 1900, the only guy who fits the age frame, he claims, right? Like a few years older than me, but not a lot. The right rating, it has to be him. And I never guessed it so far. But it's so crazy that it comes to me in a dream, right? What's up, Chess Zebra? Were you here yesterday? I saw you lurking, but you were probably like in the emergency room or something. I saw you on the list yesterday during our subscriber stream. No. I was saying he could have been a Polish girl. He was just joking. I mean, I suggested that. There was a woman who actually fits the criteria. Almost. She's a little too old, maybe. She would be close to fitting the criteria by a rating, strength, and age. But, I just assumed he wasn't a woman. But now I'm almost certain it has to be this guy. But what's impressive about it is that Uber Driver's playing Blitz, I would say, like close to master level. Which means that, he's improving from like expert to master strength as a 50-year-old plus. Which is not easy to do, I feel like Uber Driver is just about national master strength. Which means, he's a late age improver, which is kind of rare, I mean, going from, say, 2,000 to 2,200 playing strength at 50 years old online. Because the guy I knew, he was straight up 1,900 for years. Not easy to do. Although, it's easier like the lower level you are, Chess Zebra. I mean, it's easier to go from 1,400 to 1,800 than it is go from 1,900 to 2,200 at a later age, of course, or just in general, that's the case. The higher the rating, the harder the rating points are to kind of accumulate, I would say. Anyway, I had an intensive dream last night. Now, I can't really remember the details. He was, like, all over it. Uber Driver was the main character. I just don't remember what it was about, really. It didn't didn't really see him about chess that much. I don't really recall any details. But it would be pretty amazing if I guessed his identity in my dream. I think I did. But like, who knows if somewhere in my subconscious it popped up there, you know, when I wasn't dreaming or whatever. But that's what dreams are. Maybe you stream too much. Yeah, I guess so. Other than like once or twice a week playing poker, this is my only social life since COVID. I mean, I end up like playing badly in my games because I'm more interested in the chat because I'm like socially deprived. Here I am like paying more attention to the chat than the game. Because I have like social deprivation disorder. Is that a thing? It sounds like it should be a thing. Social deprivation disorder. You never would have guessed this came out of a 4h4 attack against the... I like how I play h4 and then I just transition to a fianchetto. I can play anything. The listeners are probably more deprived. I mean, the last 3 years of my life are... It's just like, where did actually even beyond that? But because of COVID, I mean, I just can't believe... I can't believe I haven't been, you know, back home in 2.5 years. It's so crazy. Because of quarantine, lockdowns, travel restrictions, I mean, I haven't been, you know, all of us haven't been socializing as much as usual, I'm sure. But I feel starved for social well-being. I don't know what to call it. So I just love the chatting more than anything. I love chatting more than playing chess. Hot tub, swimsuit, whatever. Yeah, I think all married men need that. Team Sash. Alright. It's normal. Ooh. That doesn't seem right, Master. Bishop h6. You're bailing on the other diagonal? Greedy. Knight takes b5, bishop takes c6, pawn takes, rook takes. Queen a8 with some compensation. Not interested. Sorry. Not interested. Say I don't know what to do here. See, stop. You will stop now. This conversation ends here. Queen d2, that's crazy to play that. Why would I do that? I like this. I don't mind knight. I don't mind that the knight can't come there anymore. To be honest, he's trying for knight a7, the classic knight a7 maneuver. Man, Play Like Sparrow's had a bad score against me lately. Yeah, f4 was definitely a candidate move. Also, probably a bad move. e3 is probably not a great move, but b4 not a good move either. To be honest, like, this position was a little hard for both sides to find good moves. I don't think it was easy. I feel dirty, like Asterbate. Asterbate plays for cheapos like this. That's like a dirty, slimy cheapo. Oh, look over there. Hey, look at that bird flying by. Oh, what? Alright. Man, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, like, I think I was in a kind of weird position. Rook c1. I don't like bishop h6. Like, I think your position is fine. Until now. Computer says that white is better. Significantly better. Weird. h4? Is this trending? Not really. Oh my god, I played a perfect game. I played a perfect game. With h4, 0 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. The Basman-William attack. Well, I mean, the thing is, a lot of people are playing, like, you know, that h4 against the Grunfeld. This has become very, like, popular. Yeah, I don't like it as much on move 2. I mean, it's possible. Wow, this is popular. West Indian defense. Magnus played this. Oh, right, yeah, somebody, I remember that. Well, Vashia has games with both colors. Yeah, so chess theory is evolving. Cheap looking trash move, not as bad as we thought. It's not negative. Like, white is 0.0. You would think it would just, like, be bad. Guys, thanks everyone for watching. We're taking subscriptions and challenges. Please subscribe. It knows this. I don't know. H5, it's a safe move, but I don't know that it doesn't feel right. Chess Ibra. It feels like black should try to play more dynamically, but I don't know if it's possible. Queen c2 is a weird move. No? Queen c2 is just a mistake. Yeah, bishop h6 can't be right. I knew that was wrong. You have a normal position until there, but I'm surprised how big the advantage is according to Stockfish on my very weak notebook. Stockfish claiming I have a very large advantage, like 0.8 there. Kind of hard to believe. Oof. Queen in way of bishop. I realized after knight f6, like, I'm... What should I do here? Take the pawn? Call me greedy. When I played knight f6 and he was happy to exchange, I was like, alright, we'll play g takes f. The e takes f Caro-Kann is... It's so trendy, but it's just not fun to play in Blitz, I don't think. If you're playing a tournament game, you play the e takes f Caro-Kann. If you're playing Blitz, you play g takes f. If you're worse, you take pawns. It's just like the easiest square to go to with my queen. I have to move my queen anyway, so I might as well take a pawn with it. Does that seem wrong? Just getting my queen out of the way. I agree. I'm not materialistic, though. I try to be anti-materialist. Camel culture, welcome. Late night camel. Your sister streams. Why don't you stream sometimes? I'm gonna get mated with the queen on a6 and all that stuff. Queen a6, bishop a6. With this bishop, the famous mate with bishop on, you know, we're just asking for it here. Knight c6. It's me. We're gonna do a streamer battle, not battle. We're gonna play in a streamer match tournament organized by the Chess Hobbits. I have to play an IM from Russia, Sasha Gelman. In the next couple of weeks, we'll set up a match in Rapid, Blitz, and Bullet, 10-1, 5-1, and 1-1. So that's something fun to look forward to. Lowell, Massachusetts. White is in big trouble here. My queen on a2 is part of the attack force. Sasha was the name of my mom's dog. She named it after the American figure skater. There was an American figure skater. Was it? Be weird if it was Sasha Cohen. Sasha Baron Cohen. But I'm thinking Sasha is Alexander in Russian. White is in a bad place. Absolutely. He's a bad hombre. Little did you know that pawn grab was part of the attacking scheme. S. Galagama. We don't have a challenge command. Man. You saw what? Sladgie, I saw. Oh, you were struggling against the Petrov knight c6. What? Wait, what are you talking about? So he's like, can he survive this? Oh no, yeah. The Eric Rosen. Don't get me started about Eric Rosen again. It's ridiculous he got invited to that Gibraltar tournament. I was just whatever. It's a chess tournament for the popular kids. I was raging about that. There's like a waiting list to play in Gibraltar. To even play in the Open, there's like a waiting list. But if you're friends with like the organizers, they can find a way. It's ridiculous. It's like a snob chess tournament. It's ridiculous. Only a woman could have created this concept of the battle of the sexes. A guy would never do that. I was thinking about that today. It had to be a woman who organized this entire concept. No? Is this a blunder or a good move? You don't like King E2? Can't believe it. No, I'm kind of tangled up. Knight D2 check? Oh, this could be a fun start. Camel Culture's like, whatever. What is this guy doing? It doesn't look that easy to finish him off here. The Bon Cloud. The Bon Cloudian. How do I seriously finish him off here? This is not so easy. I can't attack him on the white squares properly. It's ridiculous. Like, how do you mate him now? I don't see how I can beat him without like moving my knight again and going in for that. Basically going in for that d2 square type of stuff. Yeah. He didn't want to trade queens. Alright. Yeah, he has to take the ending there. Lawrence Duffy. Guys, I have a million challenges and only an hour and a half to play, so I don't promise I'm going to take all these challenges. And subscribers don't have benefit today. It's free Friday. Friday is free. Everyone's challenges are welcome. I just think they should have invited Agad Mator and Jennifer Shahadi. S. Galagama joined our team, and another player. 18 games. We'll let them have an exception. Keep an eye on you. That's cool. There was a player from Japan. Very few players I've seen from Japan. Chess just isn't popular in Japan, really. Yeah, I think so, Prem. Yeah, like there's never been a chess grandmaster. A few IMs in Japan. It's nice to have someone join our team from Japan. That's cool. I played Yoshihari Habu, the shogi master. Okay. Unorthodoxian. I mean, but there's a difference between amateur players and professionals. We don't invite amateur players to professional tournaments just because they have a great following. I mean, I don't think it's interesting. You know, it's okay for a marketing stunt, but we should still, I think, keep serious chess serious. I was just joking about Agad Mator. Yes, he's a strong amateur player, but he doesn't belong in professional tournaments. It was just a joke. I respect what he's done as a streamer. You know, it's very cool, but I'm making a joke at his expense. But he knows that he wouldn't belong in that kind of tournament. Eric Rosen is really on the borderline. There are like videos about when will Eric Rosen become a grandmaster? I don't think so, you know. What about a wildcard concept? Depends on what you want to have, like a serious tournament or a carnival. Wildcard concept, like imagine if FIDE like paired Agad Mator into the world championship candidate cycle. Would that be interesting for anybody? You know what I mean? Where do you draw the line? Though it's they could make him a wild card in the World Championship qualifier candidates tournament. I'm just picking him randomly. You know, I have nothing against Agad Mator. I'm just picking him as a well-known player. Though it's difficult to draw the line between chess amateur and chess professional. Am I an amateur or professional? I'm a tourist, according to Kasparov. Maybe not even a tourist, but still. You have a serious tournament, I think, you know. I'd be pretty pissed if a player much weaker than me became a GM, you know. There aren't that many ones. There aren't that many grandmasters weaker than me. There's a few. There are a few. There's a lot who are around my strength. Quite a few. But I respect the title still, even though it's been kind of cheapened by FIDE. Lawrence Duffy dropped the rook. Bye-bye. More pieces. You got a second piece? No, he's got queen f5 here. Annoys me too. I mean, the guy's extremely arrogant for no particular reason. I've got bishop c4 here. I am strong with an extra rook. We could go on to the next game. I almost hung knight f4. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. Bishop c4. I'm even tolerating the anti-vaxxers in our company here. Not that there's any anti-vaxxers at this moment, but still, I've been tolerant of the anti-vaxxers among our numbers. If I can tolerate that, I can tolerate anything. Almost. All right. But all speaking of anti-vaxxers, I am completely 100% behind Neil Young. I would never like subscribe to Spotify. Speed Monster. We have played before. All right. It's cool that Neil Young doesn't care about money, you know. He cares about his principles. I think that's rare, you know. To have principles in today's world, wow. That's pretty amazing. Stand by your principles. In this era, I think that's awesome. To pull his catalog from Spotify. Good on him, man. Neil Young is Canadian, by the way. Just so you know. I guess I'm a Canadian. In spirit, anyway. Knight A6. Masturbate, that's bad. H4 and E3. That seems bad. I didn't mean to start a political commentary stream. Now we're talking about Biden? What? No. We're not. I'm just talking about, you know, tolerating people's views here on the stream. Even the anti-vaxxers, if they're not too extreme, I'm not gonna, like, kick them out. You're entitled to your own personal opinions. To a degree. As long as you're not, like, killing people by giving them false information intentionally to make money, like Joe Rogan. Selling false information to make yourself rich, that's where I draw the line, you know. To enrich yourself by... That's sick, man. Yeah, let's talk about Ukraine, or something really controversial. Anyway. I don't know, man. He's mixing E3 with H4. I mean, that seems not cool. Dude, I would probably be dead now if I didn't get vaccinated. So I don't know what you're talking about. Or at least I would have gotten very, very sick. I mean... pharmaceutical companies are criminals in general, but still, in this case, we're doing what we have to do. It's not really related. That's the argument. Like, pharmaceutical companies are using the COVID to make money. Well, they do that with every drug. You know, it's that's not the point. You know, the point is like vaccinations save lives. We know that pharmaceutical companies are criminal. Like insurance companies, banks, you know, most major companies in general are stealing, and the corporate world is criminal. That still doesn't mean that you shouldn't get behind support of vaccination. Opiate scandals. Of course, like pharmaceutical companies are criminal. But most companies are. It's like sporting organizations. They're all corrupt. Like what sporting organization isn't corrupt? You know what I mean? FIDE, FIFA, the US Chess Federation, the Olympic Committee. FIDE is like one of the most disgusting. It's pretty hard to have an organization without it being corrupted. It's pretty hard to deal with money without corruption in any amount. It's all just hopeless. So, Speed Monster. It's all hopeless. We should just give up. Alright. He's after my A pawn. I have a lead in development. Take the pawn. His queen is trapped. No. Is he trapped? He is trapped. No. He might be trapped, but I can't calculate that far. Yeah, I guess the blame lies everywhere. This is an interesting move. I mean, opiates, and then the argument goes, you know, also improved the quality of life and maybe even saved a lot of lives. But the side effect is even worse. Damn. My plan doesn't work. Darn. The plan didn't work. I just dropped a pawn. We're very active here, obviously. But I'm losing the thread. Yeah, I lost the thread here. I mean, I wanted to play like bishop g4, but he has my knight is hanging. It was all just a miscalculation. In fact, b5 is a bad move because it like forced his queen to have an attack on e4. I should have just played something else like rook a5. Now what? Now I can do it? My intended. This is what I was planning all along. Now he's got to be lost, right? Dearly beloved. Oh no. Oh man, I can't believe he has that move. Dude, that's bad news. Can't believe it. He has queen d1. Oh my god, this is a nightmare. This is increment. I'm probably like losing now. Rook a3. I'm having trouble focusing. Now I'm down 2 pawns on the queen side. Nice move, rook a3. I've kind of like blundered twice already. Lost all my self-confidence here. It's amazing I can't generate any threats. I don't think he meant to give me that one. It's really like a lot of material. A lot of material now. I let him play a5 though. This is a horrible game. I made multiple blunders. The opening was good. He plays h4, which is a neat move. I just played that earlier today in a slightly different move order. And now we transpose to the Grunfeld. This is my first time ever playing against it, but that's not right. e3 is not right. You can't play e3. It's not combining well with h4. Arsenal fan. Thanks, bro. Another 30 months, you might be able to navigate an opening without being completely lost. I'm an opening specialist. Well, I was better all the way. I can't believe it. I always had the advantage in that game. That's crazy. After this point in the opening. I can't believe it. I played like such an idiot. I have good compensation. I have good, terrific position. And then I don't know what happened. I was like killing him. And this is where I started being stupid. I guess I have rook a5. Rook c5, rook a5, yeah. b5 was ridiculous. Alright. And then I blundered another pawn, and I was still better. I thought I was lost. Okay, Bond 5.0, you've got to re-challenge me. Sumaher. Yeah, I really thought I was going to go over the edge there. I played just a tactical blunder with b5. It was really dumb. Bond 05. He's playing 05, yeah. 5-0. 005. So let's take Bond next. Are you with us or against us? There's a 60-0 challenge there. I don't think we have time for that. I've got another hour, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more games or so. There's rated 5+4. That's out. Rated 5+4. I think I just closed the wrong challenge. Alright, Sumaher seems to be disconnected. Though it says it's green. Am I disconnected? Did my power turn off again? So it's another Caro Khan. I just hate the Caro Khan. God. Try something different. Yeah, we're just inventing new openings. Caro Khan Trompowsky variation. I like open positions. I actually played the Caro Khan. But, my problem is, I just won a nice game in a GF Caro Khan earlier. But the French and the Caro Khan, they kind of tend to lead oftentimes to more closed rather than open positions, I think. French especially. The Caro's not as bad as the French. But my problem is that I'd like to have open positions in Blitz. Because tactics are easy, but strategy is tough. Strategy requires thought and time. So I don't like to play like super close positions in fast time controls. Geo jail. I'd rather avoid the closed positions. So when I face the Caro Khan, I'm like, how do I get an open game? And I've played the Panov a lot, but we've already played like 8 billion games with Sumaher. It's like, well, how do I get an alternately open game? It's just not easy to get a wide open game, I love playing open positions. Tactics are easy. The 2 Knights Caro. Yeah, I mean, I play that in Blitz sometimes. I wouldn't go that far. Counterculture's like, that leads to open games. Yeah, sort of, sometimes. Some variations, maybe, but not all of them. There are also some horribly close games. Like, I always reference Fisher Curious, where Bobby lost twice with like closed positions and a bad bishop in those 2 Knights Caros. It's kind of like the King's Indian attack to some degree. Now, how do I handle the pawn structure here? Why do I want to play like King F3? Is it just because I'm a weirdo? See, this is what happens. I start to get like all deep in thought about the strategic situation here. How about A4? Not much strategy here. Dude, you're just not opening your mind. There's tons of strategy. Where is White supposed to put his pawns? Where do I put my kingside pawns, for example? I just spent a minute and a half thinking about like where I should put my kingside pawns arsenal. I think there's a lot of strategy. Not strategy so much in maneuvering, but some degree. You know, where should my knight go? Where do my pawns go? What's the best way to play with that 4-on-3 broken, you know, doubled pawn structure on the king's side? Should I put my pawns on like G4 to stop him from undoubling his pawns, or should I try to put my pawns on dark squares? No, I think there's a ton of strategy. I agree. There's a lot of decisions to be made. Where should I put my king? You know, should it go to D1, C2, F3? Should I try to attack his pawn on D5 right away, or should I just like hope that it's a weakness in the long run? Do I win material now? Serial material. Come out with your hands up. And that's why homie, we had to like strategize. Strategy is important. Right, no, his timing was important. Yeah. Of course he could have saved it. He had to think. But thinking hurts the brain. It's much easier to just like make random intuitive moves than thinking. Now he has some kind of freaking miracle here. Knight takes, 95 check. Knight takes, 95 check, pawn takes. Rook takes, knight. Oh my god. King F3 was wrong? Shit, where was I supposed to put it? But if I put it on d2, he had like bishop f4. So I could have put it on f1, but I didn't want to block my rooks. I could have put it on d1 or f1, camel culture. I guess that was better. Maybe to put my king on a more passive square that just gets the job done. But we're good here anyway. That's the other camel, man. Chess Ibra. That's the other camel. Oh, okay. Yeah, camel. It's a spectacular camel. I thought you were saying camel was an anti-vaxxer. Yeah, yeah. I just get confused between camels. Two humps or three? Alien space camel. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Look at that. Little mate. That's fun. Wow. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my god. I can't like avoid going to some kind of discovery now. Holy shit. Gotta give him credit, man. That's a pretty awesome trap. I almost like vomited into this disgusting self-mate. Yeah, no, the bishop, always keep it dominating. See, that's like just geometry. We always keep our pieces where they dominate the opponent's pieces. It's like far away from being attacked. This is very important. It's not a coincidence that my bishop is placed like that. And my rooks, I just strategically made sure they are on their original squares. It's just, it was all planned out, like I said, strategy. I intentionally avoided developing my rooks because I knew this was going to happen. Obviously, he would be threatening, you know, double discovered checks. And just made sure not to move the rooks close to the center where they might get attacked. Question is, I guess we go here. Yeah, I don't think he ever had quite enough there. That was scary, though. That was fun, man. You almost got me. G5 is a beautiful move. F5 is a beautiful move, I should say. You lost, but it was a nice try. Many an amateur player would have stumbled there and walked into some stupid trap. Oh, the camel culture. Oh, wait. Sorry, camel culture. We gotta play Bond first. I can prolong having to play camel culture for one more game. I managed to avoid him in the Tuesday tournament altogether. I can't stall too much longer. I try to avoid playing any strong players, especially early in the morning. No. Felix Nomadic browser extension. That sounds cool. We'll check it out. I know I always say that, but I never have time to do anything. It's on the list. Uber Driver keeps insisting that we play the Hungarian defense. Is that just because I live in Hungary? He wants me to play the Hungarian defense? Could you do a Halloween gambit here with knight takes e5? No. Stupid question. With a bishop on c4. Alright. Knight takes e4. Is this even good? Take d5, bishop e5 now. No. It's a little passive, but Uber Driver says you get to castle kingside. You don't think there's anything wrong? Well, it's just passive. That's what's wrong with it. I mean, nothing totally wrong with it. It's a little passive. Yeah. I mean, I don't like that it would transpose to the Philidor. We got to do better than that. Rip, good bishop. Danube defense. Looks equal. This is why I hate playing e4, e5. What's a poor move? Exchanging? Maybe gives us some chances to play for a draw against a higher rated player. Why not taking with knight? I have a better question. Why taking with a knight? He just plays bishop e2. Oh, he just plays bishop e2. It doesn't do anything. He remains with a strong central pawn, and I have none. No, I think it's better to take with the pawn. Most players might not realize that, They might not realize they should just retreat with bishop e2. Believe me, knight takes e5 is playable. But I thought it's better to keep a really strong control of the center. Now his bishops probably compensate for the pawn deficiency. Pretty good for 1600. Decent player. He's 1851 in rapid, but 1200 bullets, so he's really slow. A really slow but strong player. Yeah, I mean, maybe white is still better here. I don't love my game. I guess white is just better. Shame we found the incoming knight donation. What? I don't know. I feel like I'm playing a strong player. No. Bishop takes f3, g takes f, knight takes d5. Oh. Right, I mean, I'm coming into d4. This position this sucks. Black has no winning chances. It's just a draw at best. Wow. I mean, he played a great game, and he just, like, gives me a pawn. For no reason. I still don't think it's enough for black to be better. Black's facing those two bishops. It looks like he, like, sacked this pawn for for the initiative, but that's a bit much. Oh, one mistake and I'm in trouble. I mean, I could have played rook d6, bishop c5, rook g6. h5, a nice aggressive move. Hungry, hungry hippo. So what do I do now? g6? He's good for 1600. I don't know about the f4. That's pretty... At first I thought it was just a blunder, but maybe it's like an optimistic pawn sacrifice. This guy's aggressive. One man's blunder is another optimistic man's pawn sacrifice. Right? h5, bishop f4, hg4. Bishop takes e5. I have to confess I didn't calculate that far. Bishop takes e5, rook e7. Wait, my knight is on e7. Oh yeah, you're always mastering the dyslexia. Don't worry, I've got that too. The truth is that Arsenal fan is not dyslexic. He just, like, never bothered to really memorize the board. I mean, Arsenal, you've only been playing over the board chess for how long? Like a few years? I've been playing over the board chess for like 37 years now. You get kind of used to the coordinates on those roll-up boards. Good player, probably a kid who's improving. He's a tad like too aggressive. What does it mean if he's too aggressive? Anyone? What is that a sign of? Okay, often youth, optimism. Youth springs eternal. But the other thing it can be a sign of is that you play people that are weaker than you on a regular basis. If you play weaker players on a regular basis, you're going to be optimistic and overly aggressive. And if you play like scared, you're probably playing stronger bit players on a regular basis. Yeah, it's probably a kid who's like, you know, just not afraid. But he has skills, you can tell. It's a little late now in the ball game. We managed to get it under control. But way tougher than a normal 1600. But again, like, I mean, yeah, the Hungarian defense, this is really inspiring. I don't know. I just hate playing for a win after e4, e5. I mean, my opponent just has to play like an idiot to lose. I can't beat people with e4, e5. They have to just make mistakes. The only way I win with e4, e5 is if my opponents just make blunders. At least with the Sicilian, it feels like, or something sharper, more imbalanced. I can like imbalance the game and play for a win. With e4, e5, it feels like I only win if it's like handed to me. Why did I play this again? Oh, I tried to play the hedgehog. Now I'm stuck playing the crappy Queen's Indian. No, it's solid. Queen's Indian's solid. Hybrid. Queen's Indian Nimzo hybrid. Queen c2 is like a safe move. I like that. Probably better than Bishop g5, I guess. I like it when people play Bishop g5 against me. So we just transposed to like pretty standard classical Nimzo. So knight f3 is maybe like kind of relatively unassuming variation. Not the sharpest for white. But I rarely ever get this position. Like, no one uses this move order. The last game, Ripun, is the one before yours. Oh, I just killed myself. Oh, I love laughing at my own jokes. There is no one else here to laugh. Virtual laughing. No, I mean, you're actually next on the list, Ripun. As much as I like torturing you. If you promise not to bring up any controversial subjects, I'll play you next game. Alright, g3. So I don't know if this is a Queen's Indian, a Bogo. I guess it's not a Bogo. It's a Queen's Indian that's kind of like a Bogo. Queen's Indian Nimzo. Yes, you found it. Well, I had an interesting game against somebody where I played something like e5. That was a tango, actually. So I can try e5. e5. Oh. The tango. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm just using too much time. I should just play like it's a bullet game. I like using too much time. I like thinking about the game too much. We actually get an interesting opening against Camel Culture, which is pretty rare. But it is nice playing against people who kind of know theory a little bit. Though truthfully, this is not really a common line he's playing. I don't know what to do. And both sides are playing a very safe style here. Yeah, rook a7 is standard Alexander Ivana fare. That's a totally normal Bogo idea. There's also like sometimes you can play for b5. Kashish really did that against me in a similar structure, undermining the white squares. The problem is he just keeps making quick moves and I have to keep making decisions. He just doesn't spend too much time on moves. Yeah, rook a7's okay. This is kind of normal. Bishop h3. How bad is this? This is bad, probably. I think I'm in a bad position. We'll make it work somehow. See, Arsenal is an optimist, except when he's being a pessimist. Actually, it's not that easy to... No, I don't think you are, actually. You're not an optimist. You're being optimistic here. Maybe you're right, though. Maybe I am better. It's a very imbalanced position, honestly. I feel like Arsenal is always talking on the streamer board's perspective. But that is a distinct possibility. I'm just assuming he's talking about my side. To make Chigorin proud. Build the wall. Make the Knights great again. Do the roar. Bad hombre. But it was Arsenal's idea to play Rook A7. Should I play H6? White's still maybe okay here, huh? He's hunkering down. He's hunkering for hankering. Principled. Very principled. Where's the weak point? Oh my god, gonna drop a piece. That was an unexpected move. I can't believe this. Nah. Swindled me again. That was a nice game. He was totally lost. Damn. Wow. What a beautiful comeback. Damn. I can't believe I couldn't maintain the blockade of e5. This is so sick. I couldn't find a move here. Maybe rook c8 was a stupid move in the first place. I should have just played rook e8. If I just play rook e8, I'm totally winning. Yeah. Rook c8 was a very bad move. Plus, I mean, my rook's going to get hit on this diagonal. Yeah, I'm threatening rook c4. Well, I can't play it right away. Here, oh, it's my move, and I played rook c8 voluntarily. Yeah, I'm totally winning. Okay, it's only one pawn up, but probably winning. Yeah, time pressure. I let it get out of control. And here, like, he wouldn't repeat moves. That's a nice move. I missed queen d5. I could have played anything here. This is ridiculous. I could have just played knight f6 now. I'm such an idiot. He should take the draw repetition. I mean, he's lucky. But he wanted more. Yeah, I would have taken the draw. He had more time, but it's 5+3. I mean, I've got a good blockade here. He's losing this pawn. If he takes. I mean, all of his pieces are shut down behind that pawn. You know, but only black can be better, really. Good game. Only 63 CPL for me. It was a horrible game, but a good game. All right. Nobody and Dodi. Uh-oh. Doesn't have enough Blitz games. We'll have to play Repun. Gotta have 100 non-bullet games to play. That's a requirement. I don't know, Arsenal. I think he's lucky to draw, but he had me on time. He had me thinking. You know, he did a good job. I mean, to get in e4, it almost, you know, it actually looked like it was okay for white. It went way, you know, there were huge peaks and valleys. Like, I was worse, then I was better. Then I was winning, then it was like equal, then I was lost. Suspicious user. No shit. I need a artificial intelligence to tell me that. Thank you, AI, for your warning. I guess if I had like thousands of viewers, it would be useful. All right, knight g5. Here we go. Now you're playing this. Of course, it's the only choice. This is the only choice. Or knight d4 and transpose. Felix Somatic, you've been watching for 3.5 years. Well, it's like how COVID feels. I can't believe it. I haven't had a good steak in like 3 years. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, bishop takes b5 is like a typical non-theoretical answer. It's a playable move, I guess, but not the best move for white. Yeah. Yeah, just tell him so I can't beat him again next time, Arsenal. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be helping you guys get better. I forgot. We're not trying to be results-oriented. Arsenal just gifted a tier 1 sub to Felix Amatic. Nice. Generous, man. 191 gift subs. You're catching up to what's his face? Sorry for my mental breakdown. You're catching up to Mr. Slow. So bishop b7. Was this the line I looked at the other day? Is it bishop b7 I'm supposed to play? No. Surely, my dear. Oh, you have queen takes e5 check. This doesn't really do anything. Okay, I'm beyond my theoretical knowledge now. The great beyond. You know, Arsenal, it might be bishop b7. I'm not sure. I remember something I looked at where bishop b7 was the move instead of bishop d7 in one of these lines, but I don't remember if it was that exact position. It's a good question. Yeah, I'm not liking white's game here. Live long and prosper. Like, if I had some theoretical knowledge, it would be over now, but I don't. Sometimes a little knowledge is worse than none at all. You reckon this is winning? Reckon is not enough. The reckoning. Reckoning doesn't bring home the bacon. Arsenal fan. I need to know exactly how it's winning. BB7, BBW. BB7 and trade queens, because trading queens is always good. Damn it, I don't know. Rook B8. If Rook B8, he just plays Knight C3 anyway, which is a useful move. Castles, queen takes. What do I do against castles? There's also H6, which is interesting. Oh shit, I have H6. I've been sitting here for like 7 minutes, like missing the obvious. Is that why you reckon? I don't know. There will be a reckoning at some point. I don't know. I don't know. Is this enough? I'm sure that I didn't play this optimally. Thanks for supporting the channel, dude. Reconnoitering. All I know is that black is not worse. Guys, we only have time for like one more game after this. Uh-oh. He's trying to put up some resistance here. Pretend it's the marshal. I could take on c2 there. Perfectly safe. What could possibly go wrong? And he took that, wow. I don't think that's the safest move. But he has some attempts to trade queens, I guess. I think he's done. I'm accepting challenges, but only one more, and the list is already long. Arsenal and Nefta will have to have a fight to the death to decide who plays next. That's a funny image. Houdini. Well, usually I take the players who beg the most. And then... then bribes. Beggars, bribers, subscribers. So this is inaccurate. He should probably play queen takes e8, no? Queen f8 inaccuracy. But now he loses an extra bishop. That's the problem. In the other line, he actually gets his king to f1 faster and has an extra move like knight c3. If he could defend his bishop, he could survive a little while. Because I just don't see a mate, you know? There are some problems here, technically. Yeah, Ripun. Bishop takes b5 is just not great. Queen e2 is a novelty. This is double question mark. This is dubious. I didn't make any mistakes. Wow. Took me forever to see h6. The problem was that I didn't realize my bishop was attacking h3 till like 2 minutes later. Actually, bishop e7, the engine actually likes that better. Funny. h6 on the next move. Oh, I have queen g6 check. So queen e8. Queen e8. Rook e8, rook e8, queen e8. And now you have time to play king f1. Bishop f3, knight c3, preventing mate. Now queen e5. I didn't calculate beyond this. Here, I'm threatening queen takes h2, threatening mate, so you have to run. Queen g1 check, here. And now queen f2 check, king d3. That's the best you can do. When those three connected pass pawns are significantly problematic. Alright, Nefedov wins the battle to the death by nature of being first. I want to see like a cage match. Nefedov Arsenal fan. Chess cage match. Be a good matchup. It looks like Arsenal is significantly higher rated now online. But I'm not so sure in long games if Nefedov wouldn't have a chance. Nefedov. I don't know, he's got a good solid repertoire. Nefedov. Yoda. Baby Yodov. Oh no, the c4. Word. Oh no, he's gonna try to play the 4 pawns attack, I guess. That's not cool. Squirrel. He didn't go for it. I thought we were gonna see a 4 pawns attack. I lost an epic battle to Alex Wojtkiewicz once. In a similar game where he played a6, knight a6 a little bit later. But I got this system from him. Alex played a lot of kind of dubious stuff with black, semi-dubious stuff. I'm doing what? Bishop g4 at some point? Yeah, good luck in the rapid play. What will Nefedov do? Nefedov is playing the white side of a King's Indian. I mean, he is an e4 player, so I'm always happy to face people who are in unfamiliar territory. I mean, I could transpose to a main line like King's Indian with e5 if he plays, let's say, bishop e3 or rook e1. It's probably a standard knight a6 King's Indian. I guess on h3 e5 might be a good move. Then he would have to play d5 and close the center, I think. Well, he could take. Exchange variation is pretty lame for white. Thanks for your support, Asterbait. Gift sub earlier. Thanks for joining our team. We're because we got another member joining the team. We're going to be back on Sunday with a simul. I accept this player. Anyone with more than 100 games is welcome to join our team. 100 rated, non-bullet games. Nefedov has a predilection for bishop g5. It's probably a decent move here. Nothing wrong with that. I had a very similar game against Glazirov where I I drew the Russian Grandmaster. I think pretty similar to this. Definitely non-conventional play by black. With the knight on a6, c6. It's kind of passive. Highest rated player is 2100. Wow. Nefedov likes to play bishop g5 in the Pirts too. He plays the same line with his pawn back on c2 if you play classical Pirts against him. But you know, the positions are a little different. I mean, having played c4 changes the game a bit. That Nefedov may not be, he may not be familiar with that. The c5 doesn't seem right, but maybe it's okay. I guess, like, worst case scenario, I play knight e8 if I have to, if I have nothing better. But my first inclination is to take on e5. If I take on f3, he takes on f6. If I take on e2, he can take on e7. That's really weird. But I'm not inclined to take on f3. I think take on e5. Take on e5, take on e5, knight d7. Feels like he's overextended there. Well, I mean, fundamentally, e5 is like trading off your center. You're performing what am I trying to say? Hyper modern function for black. You're doing my job for me. If you look at the position sort of in a philosophical way, he's trading his own center off. I mean, I mention this a lot, but the more I've streamed, the more I teach chess, the more value I've realized there is in understanding and focusing on the center. It sounds so like beginner center, you know. Control the center. It sounds like the most, I always thought it was a little overrated, but it's not. I mean, this is probably the most important concept in chess. Other than king safety, which goes without saying. No, I mean, he traded off his own central pawn, you know? If he took the queen, he has to sack his d-pawn. I mean, that's possible gambit. This should be considered, because my queen is kind of open. But I was going to take the pawn. And now, I don't know. I have knight e4, looks wrong. No, the position looks equal, I think. Approximately. If c5... Again, it's like really just all about the center. Of course, there are other ways that I could play that are more rope-a-dope. But this, I feel like, is the principled move. Right. And now, take. It's the Grunfeld. Greenfeld. We'll get him on time, if nothing else. Yeah, knight f7 does look tempting. One has to agree. That's the best move from the structural standpoint. Yep. But is b2's hanging? Is that relevant? How relevant is b2? Do we have rook f5? It's a little bit sharp. But it could be that my king is less safe than his king. My knight is bad. I wanted to make an illegal move. That's awesome. I want to play rook f5. I'm actually calculating rook f5. Now it's possible. He's lucky he has d6, like rook, bishop e7 doesn't lose a piece. He would like to offer a draw, but he can't quite bring himself to do it. Because he's just a little worse. Uh-oh. He's a lot worse now. He missed rook e5. Yeah, I guess knight c3 was recommended. So is Nefedov fully equal after knight c3? What? I'm crazy. I could have just played rook e5. Oh man. Pride myself on my awesome tactics. No. No, he was never okay. He has to be careful far earlier, it looks like. c5 was the best move. He should have sacked the pawn. Wow, queen takes, this is right. Queen takes d4, rook d1 with a wicked initiative. Wow. Because he has this knight d7. I would have taken the pawn. And he's got a crushing initiative. I can't take the pawn. That's very instructive. I am in big trouble. Bishop f6 and knight d7. I didn't see it. Yeah, either way I go. He's got bishop f6 and knight d7. Alright, guys. Yeah, let's see. Was e5 a mistake for white? e5 dubious. Self-undermining of center. He should have followed Polyakovich, Stanislav. No, bishop e3. The edge says bishop e3. No, rook e1. This is a good move. Something sensible. Yeah, e5 is for those who fear tension. Alright guys, we'll be back on Sunday. Good game, Nefedov. Sort of. We'll be back on Sunday with a simul for 25 players. Thanks everyone for supporting the stream. Even those who did not donate, like Arsenal fan, thank you for just being here and contributing to the atmosphere in a positive way. Appreciate it. So we'll see you guys on Sunday. I've got a team game on Sunday, by the way, as well. Good luck in your rapid play, Richie. I've got a team game on Sunday, so we'll see you after that. Bye, everybody. Thanks to, well, Mr. Coffee's not here, but thanks anyway, Mr. Coffee. See you guys later.